What's up, guys? Welcome to this new episode. Today we are going to cover a maybe automatization problem where we are going to create a different or maybe an specified amount of user using CSV and create a bash script to create, I don't know, like 1, 2, 3 hundred of registers using a only bash script because yeah, it's the idea. Imagine for a second try to register like, I don't know, 1 or 200 users manually, like it's crazy, and you already know that we are on Linux and we cannot automatize a lot of things, and this is the occasion. So we are going to start creating an CSV. I already have one, so let me log in into the server, and that's it. I'm going to create a exercise. Well, I already created an exercise folder, and as you can see, we have the user.csv. In this case, the CSV format is pretty close to XLSX binary format about sheets. That is the used by Excel, Microsoft Excel, for example. And well, as you can see, is readable. You can define each column using a common separator like comma, and as you can see, we have username, comma, full name, comma, and password, and each new line is a new register or record like Juan Perez, temporal 123. Maybe if you ask me about the password policy, maybe you can improve this. For example, not avoid to use the same password. You can generate random password for each user and later send it, like, I don't know, through email or SMS, and maybe at the future also recommend change this password because the is not recommend use the same password because it's already in plain format on the server, and doesn't matter maybe if I remove or delete this file because on the time was able to be read. So this is something that it could be compromised, so be careful and avoid to use the same password. And something useful is that Linux gives us the tool to tell people, hey, once you log in for first time, please change your password, and that is something so useful. And in other hand, maybe yeah, you can use different password, not the same, maybe for avoid problem. And I think there is no more. Let's create the bash script. In my case, I already have the bash script create, and is this one. Let's create the maybe name create user sh, and I'm going to paste it. Maybe I am sorry about the Spanish, but I already record this video in my Spanish channel, so don't worry about it. Anyway, I'm going to explain each part of this script to create the tool. So let me save this and open again, reduce. So we have the bin bash at the first line because we are going to tell into the system or to the server, hey, I'm going to execute a bash script, so use it like that. In the first hand, we have a parameter comparison because if you execute the script without a parameter like the file.csv, well, the tool can't perform any operation. So the idea is, hey, if you don't provide a file name, please provide them because I can work without a file. And later, if we already have the file, we are going to interpreter like file using the comma separator and read each line using the comma. And each line we are going to give maybe a specified name, like for example the first one is username, the second one is full name, and the third one and last one is password. So once we already have each variable, we can use that in in our script. So let's start with this one. Okay, this I don't know, I hate this terminal because it doesn't allow me to use this correctly. Okay, perfect. Okay, I can move this. What happened with this? I can move. Okay, I have to use the arrow keys. So inside do, we are going to compare the header, because the first record is the header, but the header won't be used. So if username is equal to literally username, that means we are reading the first line, that is the header one. So we are going to continue with the next iteration, because this line is not useful at all. And after that, we are going to create the user. Remember, use the user add command /m to create the home folder. Use the /c to give more information, like a description. You can provide full name or ID or some idea about the organization and more. /s to specify the command interpreter, like bin bash, but you can use fish or another one. And as the last argument or param is the username. So the next part is the assign a password to the user. This command is pretty different, like, well, as a passwd, because as you can see, the passwd use an special way to receive input. Remember that you use passwd wd and ask you, okay, what is your new password, and repeat one, please. And maybe this is not useful at all for this case, because we need to something that is maybe block the flow. And in this particular case, for avoid that behavior, we need to use the sh passwd, because something, hey, just take this username, take this password, and change for this user just right there, and that's all. Is not more. There are not more about that. And the last command is the most important, because we are going to force the user to, hey, the first time you are going to log in your account, please change the password, because it's something that is insecure. So we are asked, hey, sudo passwd the slash, well, the slash this one username, to tell the, hey, your password is invalidate or just expire, and we need to change that password. And that's all. Echo, well, the username x was created successfully. We close or end the cycle operation, and at the end, all the user had been created. So let's execute this command, and maybe first of all create user without, well, if you help me, please create. Okay, thank you. I don't know why it's not help me to complete this using the tab key, but whatever. So once we okay, I don't know what. Okay, I forget the permissions. Please don't forget give the executable permission to this bash script using chmod +x about executable and create user sh. So we have complete the create user sh, and if we try to execute that, as you can see, we have this problem just right there. Hey, use create, well, create crear usuarios, but in my case it's create user, and provide the file .csv. So in my case, I'm going to use the users CSV and execute the operation. And as you can see, we changed this passwd password change. User Juan was created with successfully. The password change. Ana was created successfully. Password change. Carlos, Maria, and as you can see, all user has been created successfully. And maybe you want to know that this operation was executed successfully. You can use or read the etc pass wd, and as you can see we have new records like one, the user ID, the group ID, Juan Perez, the description, the home folder, and the command interpreter, in this case for all being bash. So as you can see we have Juan, Ana, Carlos, Maria. And maybe if we want to test if the system must to change for each user the password, let's try to log in as any of these user. Remember, the password was temporal 123. So let's just exit the server and use, I don't know, Carlos. So once we try to log in as Carlos, we need the password that is temporal 123. And as you can see, the system give me this warning about you are required to change your password immediately, administrator enforced. So as you can see, we can interact directly with the server. We have to change our password. So let's change this password with another one, like phone number, for example. This is just for test purpose, but be careful with something. Okay, I don't know. Okay, I forget it. This is the current password, and after the current password is the new password. But I would like to give some advice about this and about to avoid to use easy but too easy password on your public servers, because there are botnets with common names and common password, and I judge you, or I promise you that if you use, for example, Juan, that is a common name, and if you put for Juan the 123 password, will be detected so easily. This IP used right there about your server is for public access. I don't know how many botnets already know this IP address, and just right now is trying to log in like Juan, Ana, Carlos, and John, Melissa, whatever other name, and using 123, 123, 45, hello, hi, hola, etc. So the idea is try to use, I don't know, 123 in your local servers that you only just can enter and in your PC, because it's something that is not public at all, but this server is public, and be careful with that. So let's try to log in again as Carlos. We use temporal 123, and we need to put the current password, that is temporal 123. The new password is forget. Please don't put 123 because that password will be leaked so easy. And repeat the new one. Okay, doesn't okay, I have to stop to explain, because I can explain and type at the same time. So yeah, of course, temporal 123. The new one is this one and this one. Okay, that was the password was updated successfully, but the server forced to log out and log in again with the new password. So let's log in again with Carlos and use the new password, not temporal 123. We have to use the new password, and as you can see, we are in our server, home Carlos, I don't know, ls, and as you can see, different folders for each user, Ana, Carlos, Juan, Maria. And I think that's all. Maybe you can use su Debian and use the other password to log in as Debian user, and that's it. And maybe remember, you can use for well, in this case you can use sudo user del /r to remove the user and their home folder. In my case, I can use, or for example, I can remove Carlos because Carlos is already logging, and I just create another terminal instance to Debian. Is something interesting, but let's see. Let's comprove it. Let Carlos is already used by a specific process, and the only and one way is just exit from Debian, exit from Carlos, and login just as Debian. Put the Debian password and remove each user, like use del air Carlos, and you can remove Carlos. This is the a successful operation about user del, and also you can repeat this with Juan, Ana, Maria, and let's see ATC pass WD, and as you can see, the unique already created user is Debian again, and the other one was delete. So I hope this video was helpful, and see you in the next time. Bye bye.